In the heart of South Africa, there lived a man who spoke the language of elephants. This man was Lawrence Anthony, a conservationist born in Johannesburg. As a young boy, Lawrence was always fascinated by the natural world. His childhood was filled with dreams of wild animals, open savannas, and the raw, unfiltered beauty of Mother Nature. Years later, Lawrence made a decision that would change his life forever. He moved to the Thula Thula Game Reserve, a place teeming with wildlife and home to one of South Africa's most iconic species, the African elephant. But life at Thula Thula was not always peaceful. Among the herds of elephants, there was one that was particularly wild and untamed. They were known as the rogue herd, a band of elephants that were infamous for their destructive behavior. They were on the brink of being put down, a fate Lawrence couldn't bear to see them meet. So he did something extraordinary. He decided to take the rogue elephants under his wing to save them from a certain death. This was not an easy task. The rogue herd was hostile and untrusting of humans due to their past experiences. But Lawrence, with his unwavering determination and love for these majestic creatures, was not deterred. He spent days and nights with the elephants, observing their behaviors, learning their ways, and slowly he began to make a connection with them. He would talk to them, reassure them, and show them that not all humans meant harm. This dedication was not in vain, for the elephants started to respond. They began to trust Lawrence, to see him as a friend, not a foe. His commitment to these elephants was not just about preservation, but about building bridges between humans and animals. Lawrence believed in coexistence, not domination. He saw the potential for a world where humans and elephants could live together, in harmony, not in conflict. And so began a bond like no other between man and beast in the wilderness of Thula Thula. Lawrence's journey wasn't an easy one. His first challenge, a rogue herd of elephants. Picture this, a group of elephants, large, powerful, and unpredictable. They had earned the title of a rogue herd due to their destructive behavior, trampling crops, damaging property, and causing general mayhem. They were seen as a menace by the locals. The situation had escalated to such an extent that there were talks of putting the entire herd down, a drastic measure to say the least. Lawrence, however, saw things differently. He saw a group of misunderstood creatures, acting out of fear and confusion. He saw the potential for a different outcome, a chance to save these majestic animals from an untimely end. He decided to take on the monumental task of moving this rogue herd to his game reserve, Thula Thula. Now, moving a herd of rogue elephants is no small feat. It required careful planning, a dedicated team, and an unshakable belief in the cause. Lawrence and his team worked tirelessly day and night to ensure the safety of the herd during the move. Every detail was meticulously planned out, from the tranquilizing of the elephants to their transportation, to their release into Thula Thula. The day finally came when the rogue herd was introduced to their new home. As they roamed the vast expanse of Thula Thula, free from the threat of being put down, it was a sight to behold. But this was just the beginning. Lawrence knew that the real work lay ahead. He had to gain the trust of these scared, misunderstood creatures to prove to them that they were safe, that they were home. It was a daring endeavor, one that would change the course of Lawrence's life forever. Trust is not given, it's earned, and Lawrence knew this all too well. In the vast expanse of the Thula Thula Game Reserve, Lawrence Anthony found his purpose. He embarked on a journey to save a rogue herd of African elephants, a task that was as challenging as it was rewarding. The first step towards this noble cause was building trust, a process that was painstakingly slow and required immense patience. Day after day, Lawrence spent countless hours with the herd, observing their behavior, understanding their instincts, and learning their language. He did not rush the process, for he knew that the bond of trust is not built in a day. It was a delicate dance of give and take. He would approach them gently, always maintaining a respectful distance, communicating his peaceful intentions through his calm demeanor. The challenges he faced were manifold. The herd, having suffered at the hands of humans before, was understandably wary. Every sudden movement, every unfamiliar sound could send them into a state of panic. Lawrence had to tread carefully, ensuring that his actions did not trigger their fear or aggression. But Lawrence was not deterred. He was driven by a deep love for these majestic creatures and a determination to save them from their tragic fate. He knew that earning their trust was the key to their survival. It was a test of his patience, of his resolve, but he was unwavering in his commitment. He began to notice subtle changes in their behavior. The elephants started accepting his presence, no longer fleeing at his approach. They began to recognize him, his voice, his scent. This was a small victory, a sign that they were gradually letting down their guard. Building trust with the herd was not just about ensuring their survival, it was about forging a connection, about showing them that not all humans meant harm. It was about giving them a chance to live their lives in peace, without fear. Bit by bit, Lawrence proved to the elephants that he meant no harm. He was there to protect, not to harm. With time, Lawrence became more than just a man to the elephants. He became their protector, their friend. Lawrence Anthony's story with the African elephant herd at Thula Thula Game Reserve is one for the ages. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, a unique bond began to form between Lawrence and the elephants. This bond wasn't built overnight, but it was the product of patience, understanding, and an incredible amount of love. The herd's matriarch Nana played a significant role in this bond. As the leader, she was cautious, protective, and wise, and it was she who ultimately decided to trust Lawrence. This trust was not easily won, but Lawrence's persistent efforts and gentle demeanor eventually won her over. Lawrence's interactions with the elephants were nothing short of magical. He would spend hours among them, observing their behavior, learning their language, and understanding their complex social structures. These interactions were not just about observation, but also communication. Lawrence learnt to communicate with the elephants using a combination of body language, gestures, and vocalizations. There are countless stories of Lawrence's extraordinary experiences with the elephants. Once he was seen leading the herd across the reserve, simply by walking ahead while they followed. On another occasion, he was observed calming a distressed elephant, gently talking to her and reassuring her that she was safe. But perhaps the most touching interaction was when Lawrence would sit quietly with the elephants as they slept. Elephants sleep standing up, and Lawrence would often join them, standing quietly in their midst, under the African night sky. These moments were a testament to the deep mutual bond of respect and trust between Lawrence and the elephants. Lawrence's relationship with the elephants was more than just a human-animal bond. It was a relationship of equals. He treated the elephants with the same respect and dignity that he would treat any human being. He recognized their intelligence, their emotions, and their capacity for love, and he honored it. Lawrence had become the elephant whisperer. In 2012, the world lost a great conservationist. Lawrence Anthony had passed away. His sudden departure from this world left a void, not only in the hearts of those who admired his work, but also in the lives of the elephants he had dedicated his life to protect. Lawrence's death was not only felt by his fellow humans, but also by the herd at Thula Thula. Their reaction to his passing was nothing short of extraordinary and mystifying. The elephants, whom Lawrence had saved from certain death and nurtured into a cohesive family, seemed to sense that their savior was no more. They embarked on a journey, one that they hadn't undertaken for years. A journey back to their benefactor, their friend, Lawrence's house. This was no ordinary trek. It was a journey of about 12 miles from their usual habitat through thick forests and across rough terrains. A journey they hadn't made since the last time Lawrence had visited them. What guided them? How did they know their friend was gone? These questions remain unanswered. Once they arrived, the herd stood vigil at Lawrence's house for 2 full days and nights, a moving tribute to the man who had saved them. Their silent mourning echoed loudly in the hearts of those who witnessed it. Their presence was a testament to the profound bond that had formed between Lawrence and the elephants. The elephants eventually returned to their habitat, but they continued to visit Lawrence's house sporadically over the next few weeks. It was as if they were checking in, hoping perhaps that their friend would return. Their actions painted a poignant picture of loss and longing, of friendship and loyalty that transcended the boundaries of species. The story of Lawrence and the elephants serves as a reminder of the deep connections that can exist between humans and animals. It's a testament to the impact one person can have on the lives of others, even those from a completely different species. Even in death, Lawrence's bond with the elephants remained unbroken. Lawrence Anthony may be gone, but his legacy continues to inspire. A tireless champion for the well-being of elephants, Lawrence's passion and dedication sparked a worldwide movement for the conservation of these magnificent creatures. His work, however, was not limited to advocacy. Lawrence's hands-on efforts at Thula Thula Game Reserve have had a profound impact on the lives of the elephant herd he's so deeply connected with. The legacy of Lawrence Anthony lives on in the strides made in elephant conservation. His work has shed light on the intelligence, emotional depth, and social complexity of these animals, helping to reshape our understanding and perception of elephants. Through his efforts, the world has come to recognize the importance of protecting these creatures from threats, such as poaching and habitat loss. At Thula Thula, the work continues. The dedicated team at the reserve carries on Lawrence's mission, ensuring the well-being of the elephant herd and striving to provide a safe and nurturing environment for these animals. The reserve stands as a testament to Lawrence's commitment to conservation, embodying his belief in the importance of coexistence between humans and wildlife. Moreover, Lawrence's story has touched hearts around the globe. His deep connection with the elephants has served as a powerful reminder of the bonds that can form between humans and animals. This connection, so beautifully captured in his book The Elephant Whisperer, continues to inspire a new generation of conservationists, fueling a growing global commitment to protecting these magnificent animals. In the heart of South Africa, Lawrence's voice still echoes, whispering gently to the elephants he loved. His spirit lingers in the rustling leaves of the African bush, in the playful trumpeting of a young elephant, and in the quiet strength of the herd. While Lawrence Anthony may no longer be with us, his legacy endures, a beacon of hope for the future of elephant conservation. In a world where humans and wildlife often clash, Lawrence Anthony showed us a different way. He embarked on an unprecedented journey, one that required an abundance of dedication, patience, and above all, love. With the rogue herd of elephants at Thula Thula Game Reserve, he built an extraordinary connection, a bond that transcended the usual barriers between man and beast. His story isn't just about saving a herd of elephants, it is a testament to the power of empathy and understanding. Lawrence's work holds significant lessons for us all. It teaches us that coexistence is not only possible, but it is also enriching. It shows us that patience and love can truly conquer all. His legacy continues to inspire and reminds us of the profound connections we can form with the natural world if we only take the time to understand it. Lawrence Anthony, the Elephant Whisperer, will forever be remembered for his extraordinary connection with the elephants of Thula Thula.